Hello, and let's have a look at what we got here. It's a ranked match. You are low tier from Mogami. Okay, at least no carriers, so let's see what happens. Unfortunately, URD is on the other side. Too slow. This should be right. Okay, Georgia's coming here. Would assume their Magi is also on A side. There's a Targo is there. A thing you can see right now already is that the C cap is being flipped very slowly. This would mean that the Mogador might very well be on your side instead of in the cap. Try to... No. Okay. I was like, try to farm the Brindisi, but at least you are on him right now. Okay, this would actually be a very great broadside for IP. Take the blind shot, man. Okay, quick stop here. This kind of situation, your aim, or your reticle better said, was directly upon him. So even though he vanished, you could have just left clicked because you would have hit him anyway. Just as a side note. Okay, let's continue. It's something I see pretty often, honestly. People are afraid to take blind shots for some reason. But he was like on what, 5 kilometers? Nah, it's a bit more, like 8? 8.8, okay. Like I said, you would have hit him. Okay, you missed that one. Kinda strange aim, to be honest. You should have aimed more towards his nose. You would hit, most likely have hit all his threads. The Mogador will stop behind that rock, so he won't come around. Okay. No, guns. Don't switch to torpedoes at this situation. See, the problem is you are turning hard out now, and if you had pre-aimed your guns, you would have blubbed him right now. You're also overturning very hard. Honestly, I don't like that one. Because you had a free broadside volley on the Mogador basically. Okay, he was turning out a bit, but on like what, 4 kilometers I think, you would have blubbed him very hard for maybe 6k or so. But instead, you made an overturn, your gun turbines weren't able to catch up on him in time, and now you only have 2 back turbines when he's already like 7 kilometers away and anchored fully in. Not the best decision. Okay, so right now you have 2 options. Either you go back to the islands and kind of use that cover, or you go for a max range grind. Because I don't know, the Mogador is spotting you anyway, at least here, and it looks like the Georgia is going to push out, so maybe you should really try to catch up some distance. By the way, this is also an this would also be better to fire an AP salvo here. I mean, I know you're playing 155s, but on this range, with that kind of broadside, you should be able to citadel him. So maybe a recommendation from my side, try to bring in the 1-point talent, this expert loader where you switch in 50% less time. Should be possible and would help you out a lot in these kind of situations. Overlet. Italian cruisers are very, very fast. Let was okay, but somebody else decided to kill him, so yeah, happens. Oh, okay, the Georgia is ignoring you, and he also doesn't play secondary, so it's very interesting. And the Mogador decided to go to the other side. Right now, you could just go back to the cap and cap, honestly, because nobody can really do anything around you. The Georgia is going behind those rocks. Yeah, right now he's on the Alaska. Ooh. This, my friend, is a very, very risky move. You can't expect your teammate to recognize your torpedoes. So if this guy with Alaska decides to go forward now, or to go forward in a second because the Georgia is coming up, you might very well do a team kill here. This is very risky. I would never have thrown torps in this situation. I know I can see you write it in chat, or is it true? Yes, but this doesn't guarantee that the guy is reading it. Like I said, very risky. I mean, I'm also not sure what the Alaska is doing here. Because now he's showing broadside to APM, I guess. Yeah, and now he's going full speed forward. I'm just gonna stop for a second and unlock the cam. Okay, if he survives the Georgia, I'm pretty sure he will take a torp. Let's see. Yeah. That, my friend, goes on you. This was totally unasked for. And Alaska would also have survived. There's also not really a point in popping a fighter here, because the fighter won't spot anyone. The spotting you had right now was through the Izumo directly. And now the Izumo is too close to the island, so unless the Georgia isn't pushing around... he actually is. Okay, he's an idiot. Just try to farm him down. I mean, this goes pretty well for your team on the other side, so you pretty much already won. Last ship alive on 8 line is an Atago, that is being pushed by a Bismarck, Riga and a Yugumo behind. The Yugumo will most likely go on cap now, so this should be it. But maybe you can still get a kill. Aim is actually rather decent, but you should try to keep all turrets on the target. Because if you had, he would be down now, and he might actually be able to pull the ram off. This also goes on you. I'm sorry to say that, but you would have survived if you had used all your turrets, because the Georgia would have died in time. Yeah, a few errors. The biggest mistake I saw, and I already actually cringed a bit, to be honest, was when you threw the torps. Because I already knew, okay, this guy is gonna do a team kill or something. There was no fucking way the Alaska would have avoided those torps. If you, I don't know if you can look at it again, the Alaska was like, as in towards the Georgia, right? And the Georgia was basically pushing in the broadside of the Alaska. So what would this Alaska do? Exactly, he will accelerate and try to get out of there. And the second he accelerates, he's going directly into your torpedoes. So even if you blink the map, and even if you say, man, there are torps in the water, it doesn't help. Because you have to assume this guy is busy, and he doesn't read your chat. To be honest, if I would have been in this situation, I wouldn't have read it either. And you don't see your teammates' torps in time because you're looking the other way. And you only recognize those torps the second you hear this beeping sound when they're already close. And yeah, very bad move. And like I said at the end, if you had kept all your turrets on the Georgia would have died and wouldn't have gotten his ram on the Izumo. I mean, it didn't really matter because we won in the second, but could have avoided this. Yeah, this should be all.